Hello guys, Hoyoverse has just revealed the banners of patch 5.1 second half with Nahida and Hutao, plus some top tier 4-star characters as xinque and Kuki, plus the weapon banner. So in this video, we will go over the characters and weapons for you to decide if you should pull on this banner or not. So let's first talk about xinque, who is an excellent 4-star support, who is also considered as the strongest of the Power 5. If you don't know who the Power 5 are, these are the 4-star units that were released at the start of the game and are considered to be some of the strongest of those elements, despite being 4-star in rarity. These 5 are Bennett, Jangling, Sucrose, Fischl and you guessed it, xinque. What warrants his spot on the Power 5 is his versatility. He can shield somewhat, he can heal just a bit though, and he gives a ton of damage. And being a Hydro character, you can use him in many teams. Plus, he is the only one out of the 3 Hydro 4-star characters whose value doesn't go down as you go up in AR levels. Looking at you, Barbara. The best constellation for xinque will be his C2 and C4, but he is a beast without any constellations too. Second 4-star on this banner is Kuki. Just like xinque, she is also considered to be Power 5 material. Granted, she can only be used in a Hyper Bloom, Quicken and some Overload teams, but she is just that much good on these teams. She can envelop herself with Electro Field which constantly heals her and trigger any Dendro code present. And as for her personal damage, she doesn't have that, and you will need to get her to C2 to get 100% on her skill uptime. But she is quite easy to build. Just slap a lot of EM with HP substat and you're good to go. Next up is Sethos, and I am not going to lie, I don't have him and even my friends don't have him. So I am just going to use this PowerPoint to explain his kit and what he does. Sethos is a 4-star on-field DPS character who can only be used in aggravate or electro-related reaction. He can also dish out some quite good damage, and his normal attacks are considered as charge attack after using his burst. He is easy to build, you just need EM as he scales with EM and ascend with crit rate. As for his constellation, his C2 gives him considerable damage increase, but you are not required to get his C2. Now let's talk about 5-star characters on this banner, that being Nahida and Hutao. First, Nahida. Nahida is easily tier 0 must pull character. She is the best support, DPS and sub DPS. You can use her in any Dendro team, you name it. Bloom, Hyper Bloom, Quicken, Aggravate, Burning. She can apply Dendro like no one can. With just one use of her skill, she can mark up to 7 to 8 enemies, and she has a good range on it too. Plus her skill has 25 second uptime with only 5 or 6 second cooldown. And with her burst Shrine of Maya, she can increase the EM of all her party members by 200. And you want to know the best part, if you get her C2, every Dendro reaction has a 20% chance to crit inside the Shrine of Maya. Why is that important? Because transformative reactions cannot crit as they are all separate instances of damage, but she can make them crit. I can go on and on about her, but we need to move forward with the video. But if you need an in-depth guide on Nahida, I am going to post a guide on her in a couple of days. So please subscribe to my channel as it helps me a lot. Now back to the video. Our other 5-star character is Hutao. Back in the days, she was no doubt one of the strongest DPS out there, but her market share has come down a lot and is going to plummet again after the release of Pyro Archon Mavica, who is, according to the leak, a DPS character. Even without her, Arlecchino is in some way better than Hutao. Now don't get me wrong, she is powerful, but you need to play her with the gimmick of charge attack. If you want to play her at C0, that is. But if you get her C1, you can solve this problem. But that's the issue. You need to get her C1 to play her properly. And there are many other DPS characters who can do more damage easily, and all in all, she is a great DPS, but there are better options out there. So I would say if you want a Pyro DPS, you can wait for the Pyro Archon 2 release. Now the weapon banner this time is good, but not anything great. The only weapon that is worth getting is Homa, Hutao's signature weapon. Because unlike Hutao, her weapon has not fallen off. You can still pull for her and use it on your Zangling. But jokes aside, Homa is truly a strong weapon. You can give it to many characters, and if you have Primogems for it, you can go for it. But I cannot say the same thing with Nahida's signature weapon. Floating Dreams is a great weapon and best in slot for Nahida, but there are many other options for Nahida. You don't need to get her signature weapon. Even a 3-star option can be used by her. But if you pull for it or accidentally get it while pulling for Homa, you can give it to Sucrose. She will be very happy to use it. As for the 4-star weapons on this banner, they are all shit. New Claymore can increase the damage on plunge attacks. I wonder who will use this weapon. Eye of Perception, like I don't have 10 copies of it already. I am not going to stretch this part any longer. The only 4-star weapon which is good is Favonia's bow. That's it. So guys, that was my review on this banner. If you like my rambling, please consider subscribing to my channel. As a small and still growing channel, it motivates me a lot. With that, I tonight take my leave.